Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Small Town RP. It's been a while, actually, since we've done another episode of this series, but I'm really happy to jump back into it because we have been putting in quite a bit of work over the course of this series, as y'all know, and it's about time to get ourselves a new toy. This is not going to be a work vehicle for the fleet. This is literally just going to be a vehicle for the fun of picking it up. So, we've also made a couple of other adjustments to our GMC Denali in the meantime. We actually turned up the height on the coilovers. We didn't change the tire size, but we did turn up the suspension height, which I definitely think is going to help in a couple of different areas. One, it's going to make the truck just honestly look a little bit better, I think. And it's also going to help the hitch sit at a better height for the new trailer that we got. This is a lot more like a car hauler style trailer, whereas the trailer we had before was more of a yard equipment style trailer. And nothing against the yard equipment trailer. It served me really, really well. But I think this car hauler style is going to also serve us really well in the future going forward. And like I said before, we're going to need this to pick up our new toy that is waiting for us over at the dealership. Now, let me go ahead and fire the truck up, and I'll tell you more about what we got. Now, we actually ordered this thing online. We kind of went through and did all of the customization, all of the features, told the dealer exactly what we wanted, and waited a little while for it to come in, but now it's actually literally sitting out back behind the dealership. They cleaned it up, they made sure it was ready for pickup, and now, literally all we have to do is drive on out there and throw it on the trailer, and then I think we're literally gonna go have some fun in it immediately after we pick it up. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cruise on out there, and I wonder if that CanAm runs. I heard that they were having some issues with it. I heard it was having some, I don't know if it was engine problems or issues with, getting the tune that they had on it to work. Either way, I don't know if that thing is actually running right now or not. Every time I drive past it, I'm like, it hasn't moved, at all. And I'm like, okay, all right. I don't know why that thing is just sitting there not moving, but okay. So we're actually coming up on the dealership pretty dang quick. So let's slow down. And we're going to go in the side entrance because that main entrance, they got to do something about that. It's so torn up. It's terrible. All right. Oh, my God. Even the side entrance is getting bad with all the rains this time of year. Jeez. All right. So, should be sitting out back. And we're going to go ahead and swing the... Oh, my God. There it is. There is our CanAm X3 four-seater. That thing is wild. I cannot wait to get it up on the trailer and then actually take it out and have some fun with it. All right, let's back it up. And we already went ahead and talked to the dealership on the phone. We're all clear to go ahead and pick it up. Everything is all done. Paperwork is good to go. So they're not going to think that we're just backing up and stealing this thing. And should be just about close enough-ish. Perfect. Now, I will say, you know what's really nice about this, or at least really nice about what we're about to do? That thing is brand new. So we're going to literally be able to jump in, start it up, and drive it onto the trailer, as opposed to basically everything else that we haul. And now that we've got it loaded up, it's time to roll out and see what this thing can do. Now, we've got to find a place to really test it out first, and what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to where there's some ATV trails near town. They're not super far outside of town. They're a little bit outside of the town itself, but they're not, way outside of town. So we can get to them pretty quick because, as you can imagine, I am pumped to drive this thing. I am so excited to get this thing off the trailer and let it absolutely rip. I mean, they even installed an aftermarket tune on this thing, so it is ready to rip right out of the gate. Now, the suspension is sitting a little bit higher than stock. Not a ton higher, but a little bit higher. And the tire size, I can't remember the tire size, actually, that we're running on that thing right now. I will check later. And I'll actually, the next time y'all see this thing, I'll make sure that I can let you know the tire size. But they're freaking large for a side-by-side. And I know that somebody out there in the comments is going to be like, Well, they're not actually, technically they're not that large. I've seen a side-by-side bounty hole build with tires bigger than the ones on your truck. And to be fair, those are very specialized. When I say these are pretty large for a side-by-side, I'm not really including like bounty hole side-by-side builds in that, because those kind of builds, while they are really, really cool, they can kind of only be used for that. And if you put them in a lot of other scenarios, they'll just kind of flip over. So it's kind of one of those things where I compare those on like a different scale than I would compare most modified side-by-sides, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. I just feel like they are different types of builds for different types of purposes. But nothing wrong with them whatsoever, though. All right, let's make our way on down. And that trailer's actually doing a pretty good job of keeping that thing supported while also not bottoming out. Because that was the biggest issue I had with the yard equipment trailer, was we were bottoming it out all the time. And it was never good. It was never good. We were bottoming it out all the time, probably because we were hauling stuff that was a little heavier than it was designed for. So yes, I will admit to that. But even then, I was like, are we bottoming this out more than we should? Oh, the bridge washed out again. God dang, these storms around here are just terrible. All right, so let's go ahead and shut this thing down. We will unpack the CanAm, and now we're gonna go ahead and hop in it and see what this thing is actually like to drive. Let's start it up. Put it in reverse, back it down off the trailer, and boom, we're off. And now, let's see what this thing can do once we actually get it out on a trail. Now, which one of these is marked for side-by-sides? That's river access rec trail. That's another river access rec trail. Let's see. I know there's a spot down here where we can cross. So what we'll do is we will head down this trail, we'll cross over to the other side, and then from there, we'll get on the side-by-side trail. Because I really want to take this thing on some dedicated side-by-side trails and just see what it's like, especially in an environment that is kind of designed for side-by-sides. But even now already, it's wild. The amount of grip that it has is nuts. All right, I should be able to get across pretty easily right here. Especially if we just give it a send. 3, 2, 1, send it. Well, that went well. I was like stuck on the front end. I just need the tire to grab. There we go. There we go. God, this thing looks incredible though. It's wild having a side-by-side this long. It really is. All right, now we're on what is usually designated as a side-by-side trail. Let's see what this place is like. I don't think I've ever actually been down this way before. God, the tune on this thing absolutely shreds. All right, it's ATV to the left. So, side-by-side counts as ATV, usually. Let's go. My only concern is getting high-centered, and I feel like that's a valid concern, considering what we're looking at here. Oh, we got some fallen trees up here. This is a little bit sketchy. Let's go. This thing is so smooth. That's the biggest thing I'm noticing about it. It is so wildly smooth, both in the way it delivers power and the way it just kind of glides over the obstacles. That is really, really smooth. Ease it across sideways. That's, again, you gotta be careful of the wheelbase. The wheelbase will definitely catch you out if you're not ready for it. But as long as you're ready for it and you're paying attention, you're gonna be okay, usually. Across it goes. Let's go. This thing rips. All right, let's give it some beans. Oh my God. We caught the tire on the tree, but even still, the run up that hill was nuts. God, it absolutely shreds, doesn't it? It's got a little bit more trail to go now. Around to the edge, and up you go. Yeah, as long as you've got the momentum on your side, you are A-okay. Just need to make sure this trail is actually... Oh, okay. That's a little bit of an idea of where to go. Okay, well, I would rather not knock that over. I'm gonna run into that tree. Don't worry about the tree. It's fine. And there we go. Oh, is that another one? Oh, we could go... Yo, we could go, like, dead ahead. We could go to the right. We could go to the left. What is... Whoa! There's a bridge over there to the left. We're gonna go that way. I'm curious. Yep. I gotta see that. I know that I'm technically supposed to be testing this thing out, and I am. We're gonna go and find this bridge for scientific purposes. Whoa! That is a lot of mud. Should we send it? I think we should send it. 3, 2, 1. Easing up to an end. Beans! That was sick. It absolutely just obliterated that. I was not expecting it to be that explosive. Whoa, okay, so it's kind of a bridge, kind of not. It's like a log bridge, basically. I've never been up here on this ATV trail. This is so sick. It really is. I'm gonna, you know what? Photo time. Yep. I'm hopping out to get a photo. Yep. This ATV trail is nuts. I love it. I am all about this place. So does it go? Yeah, it continues this way. And up we go. God, you could absolutely devour some trail miles in this thing. And with all of your friends in it, too. That's the beauty of a 4-seater side-by-side like this. Like, whether you want to, like, take turns driving, or you just want to be able to take your friends with you. God, you could absolutely just obliterate trail mile after trail mile in relative comfort, actually, compared to a lot of other vehicles. And it's fast, too. Oh, that boulder was not having it. That boulder was like, yeet, I am out of here. Come on. God, this trail just keeps going and going. I wonder if I put it in high, if I could just, like, absolutely send it. Oh, not bad. It keeps its momentum up. There's really nothing that it won't keep its momentum up through. I mean, the only thing that it won't keep its momentum going through is, like, a solid object. All right, looks like we can either go left or right here. And, oh! Look what we found! We found the mud bog that's got the garage next to it. Yo! Oh, that's sick. We will definitely have to come back here when we have a more mud-focused setup. But, like, even now, look at that. Thing's absolutely shredding through here. That's wild. All right, well, we'll definitely have to come back out here again in the future, especially once we redo a couple of details of this for, you know, maybe a little bit more of a mud focus. But with that being said, that was quite the adventure, and I cannot wait to do more with this thing.